G'day guys, and welcome to this week's episode of I Call Bull. Something different this week. I'm going to be working on the motorbike for a couple of weeks because there's a toy run on the 9th of December that I would really like to go on. And part of me thinks it's a big push to get it done, and it'll be good motivation, and part of me thinks there's not a chance I'm going to have this ready. So I'm going to put the two different halves of myself at war, and I'm going to see if I can get this done to prove myself wrong. So what's got to be done? I've got to strip that back, all of these parts. So what have I got? I've got the back guard, I've got the electrical box. Ignore the wood, that's just the stabilizer in the vise. So I think pretty much from a painting perspective that's all I've got to do. And then keep falling over. Oh, and I've got to sort out me foot pegs and everything. The motor's under my bench, has been for a couple of years, so I've got to check that out, make sure that it still turns over and doesn't have garbage in the bores, so there'll be a bit of a process around that. And then I've got to wire it up, and wiring is not my forte. I can do it, just not well, so I'm going to have a crack at that as well. Yeah, so that's what we're doing this week, and maybe for the next couple. The green limousine is pretty much where it was the last update video, because I've been at TAFE, and then after I was at TAFE I've had some a bit of travelling around the place to do for work stuff, so it really hasn't advanced since the last time I did a video on it. In fact, it hasn't advanced since the last time I did a video on it. But anyway, that's where we're at. So I'm going to get the stripper disc on the angle grinder, and I'm going to strip those babies back, get them the filler work done and primer on them, at least today, I'm hoping. Yeah, I guess this is play it by ear, so we'll see how I guess while I'm here, I'll give you guys a bit of a tour of what I've done with this bike. So normally on the Yamaha Viragos, the cap is over here, and I hated that, so I put it more central. I put it more central. I've done the flame paint job on it. I took the big seat off. Remember, I don't know how much you guys know, but they had pretty much a lounge chair for a seat, these things. So I took the original seat pan and cut it down and bent it to what I wanted. And then I made this back bit up, which still needs a bit of work, but I created that out of Rio bar, because I absolutely love Rio bar. Yeah, that was a mongrel of a job. That took me ages to get symmetrical, or as symmetrical as it is. It's still not perfect, but that's as good as it'll ever get. And then I modified the frame, so just a little bit, but enough to do some changes on it. Hold on. So if memory serves me correctly, these come down, this here came all the way up to there, that's right. So that was two sections, and there was a hollow here. So I've filled all that in, made it a single tube frame, and then I've put on the fuel tank, because they were, I've put a petcock on it, because they were one of those vacuum setups with a pump. It's also got, a fuel pump on it. So I've done away with all of that, and I'm going to modify it to be a single carburetor. So that's all the work I've done today. Oh, sorry, and I made these up. These bars, Rio bar, and the risers are Rio bar. I'm absolutely obsessed with this stuff. I love it. So yeah, that's how that all looks. And eBay special everything. They're the original grips because I didn't like the ones I got off eBay, but eBay on the switches. eBay, and you can tell because the chrome just faded out and disappeared. I bought them about 5 years ago. Oh, I've also got to paint that. That's my little cover for the front here, where I mount me light and me indicators. So glad I discovered that before I got everything done. Yeah, had to modify all my engine mounts. Oh, and a stand. I made a stand out of Rio as well, which I've got to finish because it's yeah, it's not finished. So yeah, I've got a bit to do, so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get on with it. This is my electrical box. I've designed it to look like a Harley oil tank-ish. I've just made it out of 2 fire extinguishers that were worn out. I've put my ignition switch in there, so that'll be on the left-hand side of the bike. And this is where I've just made brackets up, and that's an eBay special. I got that off eBay, and it comes as a set with your fuel cap. And get that out of there, that's a fuse key, but it's got a few other little things like a helmet lock and things like that, seat locks. I'm not even sure what that little lock's for, but I had to recess it because I made it up originally and then went to put my battery in and it didn't fit because they take such a big battery. I could go some of the newer technology and it would have a smaller battery, so I might end up doing that down the track, give myself a little more room in there. I've spent the last few days figuring out wiring. As I've said in the beginning, it's not my forte, just absolutely not my forte, so it takes a bit of figuring out. But I've got the picture in my head now, so hopefully that runs a little bit smoother. So originally the Viragos, they had side covers on them, and they had these big square battery box, and under the seat they've got these holders for relays and whatnot. I'll still utilise those ones. But yeah, I just wanted it to look more, well, more chopperish, less like something that came out of a Japanese factory. Not that I had a problem with the way they looked, but I want to make it mine and customise it to be mine. So these are just the things that sit in my head and roll around. So yeah, today I'll be painting this, the rear guard. I'm sorry I haven't filmed more, but I just need to get it done, you know. I'll be painting this, the rear guard, and a couple of little knickknacks, and I'll be wiring it. So I'll film what I can, but like I say, the push is on to get this done by the 9th of December. And what are we today? We've got to be getting close to the end of November. Let me just have a look. Yeah, 26th of November, so what will that give me? That gives me 13 days. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Wow. No, it gives me 17 days. Well, I guess I'll just have to get into it and get it done. I can't do maths. Okay, yesterday I painted the tins, so I cleared this. When I originally did this one, I used a spray can of clear, but it was flat clear, so just basically it's all I had at the time, and it just protected it. But so I've put some gloss on it now. It looks pretty good. There's a lot of crap in it. There's a lot of crap in the paintwork. I haven't touched the tank. I've got to rebuff that. I painted that, so that's in now. So if I come around this side, that's how that looks. I'm not worried about the stuff in the paint because I've got to sand it back and buff it, and I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. These need flames put on them, but I'm going to let it harden up for a little while before I do that. It's been blacked and cleared. And what else have I done? Oh, I did the rear. So the bumper's done. Bumper. The rear guard is done. I've put these indicators on. Look, this is the Chinese chrome from eBay. I'm either going to order another set, but that chrome came off pretty much straight away. Like, it dulled out within a month of me getting them. I have had a lot of this stuff sat for years, and we're talking 3, 4, 5 years, some of it. So I'm probably going to just matte black all the indicators, I'm thinking, or satin black them to go with the, there's an eBay special speedo, so maybe, I don't know, probably matte black though. I put that on the rear light, eBay special. A few touch-ups needed on this, like around here it's chipped off the black and whatnot, but look, I'm motivated to get it on the road right now. So in there you've got your battery, and then I've got to figure out where I'm mounting stuff. So there's my fuse block. My relays will go on this thing, which I'm probably going to bend back around to here. So I've been busy. Like I say, I'm not recording a lot of it because I just need to get it done. The countdown is on. So today is all about wiring, and if by some freak of miracle that I get the wiring done, then I will go on to making up, and I will record this bit, because there's nothing on the internet about it, making up a single carburetor manifold for my 1100. I wish I had the time and the money to rebuild this, but when I had it running before, it ran beautiful. I had it cranking over the other day. It seems to have good compression. So it doesn't really need a rebuild. It'd just be for my own peace of mind. But anyway, it is what it is, and I've just got to keep going. Oh, look. So that's where we're at. Stay tuned. I made these up the other week with the plasma cutter. I'm not certain that I love them, but I made these up. And I cut them out with the plasma cutter. I've drilled them. I have to do some tidy up in the center. The reason that's silver is because I painted over it to get the exact shape on the metal, so you can still see how there's a little bit of silver there. I've got to come out to that. Alright, starting it with a single barrel carby for not the first time. I've had it running a couple of times, but trying to dial it in, get it to idle. It's not really idling, and I've got to choke it to keep it running. Yeah, it's not my area, so I'm just trying to do the best I can. It doesn't have any exhaust on. So it's very, very loud. Very, very loud. Okay. Look, he's back. He loves my motorbike. Loves it. How cool is that? That's pretty cool. Ride or die, baby. Ride or die.